We've been deep in a pandemic for a while now, but did you have it factored into your business continuity planning beforehand? Several months into the new normal of a world gripped by a pandemic, you would have seen the importance of considering all realistic scenarios prior to writing a business continuity plan. And that's what I want to focus on in this episode: realistic risk scenarios. For example, living in Sydney, a volcano erupting from under the city isn't a realistic scenario, but you might consider it along with other disaster scenarios such as earthquakes. However, a pandemic was on a checklist for most business continuity planning exercises, but often stepped over in the private sector. When I was personally involved in BCP and pandemic planning through research before writing a plan, I thought our current predicament was such a real scenario, I bought a bunch of masks for the family and told them to hang on to them because they may need these one day. And that's the key: research. Do some research to help determine if a risk scenario would be a reality for your business. A desktop exercise around a particular scenario may also help determine how big your risk is to your business or identify some gaps. For example, one desktop exercise I was involved in some time back was based on a building fire. Those affected around the table thought they could just move to and from home as a result. That's when we threw in a curveball. What would you do if the fire started when you were out for lunch and your laptop was in the building on fire? You see, back then it would have been a little bit of a bigger deal that the cloud-based environments we find ourselves with today didn't exist. But you get the point. You need to think outside the box, not only when it comes to determining realistic risk scenarios, but also when running through test exercises to identify the gaps. So take the time to do some research to determine realistic risk scenarios for your business and work them through. And as we've learned from our current situation, don't step over them when planning. Once again, if you have a question that you want answered, please feel free to post a comment or get in touch with us, and we'll try and make it a subject of a later episode. Thanks for watching.